here standing on the fucking log.
Classic. Rookie move.
Kill him. Oh, we on the board.
Yep. Didn't get skunked, boys. Good job.
He come in here in the decoys, man.
Hey, y'all me be honest with y'all?
What's that?
That's the first duck I've ever killed.
Really?
Good job, buddy.
Hell yeah, bud.
Nice work.
That's it here.
Okay.
Yep.
Congrats.
That son of a bitch boy.
Had a pair come in.
Froze.
Hold them up there, Chase. Mm.
Oh God, we could have killed them bitches. Chris is up here standing on the fucking log. I'll kill him. Talking about right there.
I know I got
Talking about. No, I killed one of them.
I
Killed that one right there. I folded one. Yeah, I killed that one right there. I put it right on his head. Alright. We got like 3 out of that group right there.
And there's one that flew down in the woods over there.
Yeah, we got like 3 out of that group.
Tearing them up this morning. Got some mud on my face. But they're out looking for some mallards right now. They went down in the trees. But got 2 wood ducks over here in the bag. So once they get back, we'll figure out how many we got. But this cold weather pushed in. Doing it right. Thicket right here. We had a greenhead go down over in this way earlier this morning. See if you can spot him. So hopefully you can see that in the camera. He's right there, bedded down up under that thicket. He's probably still alive, so might end up having to shoot him if he jumps up. Yeah, he's still alive. I don't want to have to shoot him though. But if I have to, I will. Yeah, he's running now. He's dead. So I went back over and looked for those ducks that we dropped. The boys went and looked. They couldn't find them, but that one greenhead was sitting up there in that thicket, just sitting there. So I went ahead and got him, and we'll see what else I can get this morning. So hang tight. Bunch of ducks in the spread. It's about to come on out. Bug brush. It's a wood duck. Might be more with them. Yeah, there's 2 or 3. Here's one tree. Wait for him to get out here in the spread. I'm gonna take the drake first and then get that. I know I got the hen at least. There she is. That was pretty cool. Kind of crappy that Drake got off, but I'll do with the hen. That was awesome. So, figure it over here back behind us. He's right here, I got him. That was about the coolest thing ever. So I saw them land in the buckbrush, and so I just sat real still, and I used a Drake mallard whistle, and just did a couple whistles, stayed real still, and they landed in the buckbrush probably about 15-20 yards over up in there, so I couldn't see them. And I just kept looking that way, and they kept paddling, came over into the spread. So kind of kicking myself for not being able to get both of them, but that one got up completely fine, so she wasn't wounded. I thought I ended up hitting the hen and didn't get the Drake, but I ended up getting a Drake and missed the hen. So, but it's all good. On the board with 2 wood ducks and a Drake mallard so far. We'll see what else I can get. Well, that about does it for today. All right, for this portion of the video, we're doing a catch, clean, and cook. So, how you get the feathers off a bird, if you haven't done it before, you start from the bottom and you work your way up to the head. And all you do is just get all the feathers off the breast here. And once I get back to the house, I'll show y'all how to breast out a duck real quick. But this right here, 100% legal, as long as you leave the wings and stuff on there so that way the bird can be identified. But this is pretty much all I do in the woods, is just get the feathers off, so that way you don't have them blowing around in your driveway. So just get them cleaned up real good, or you can go ahead and take all the feathers off the entire bird if you want to roast the entire thing. But I wouldn't do that unless if you're at the house, so that way you don't get in trouble. So, but hang with me, I'll show y'all how to breast this out as soon as I get home. The jet sled, I highly suggest it. This thing slides like butter, especially when it's a little bit of snow on the ground. But that's how I get all my gear in and out of the woods. All right, I'm back here at the house. Gonna go ahead and show y'all how I breast these things out. Now the first thing I do is I'm gonna cut it off the carcass, and then we're gonna do a burning technique. So some people do this, some people don't, but it's the way I prefer. And all right, we'll go ahead and hop right into it. So pretty much you wanna find this breastbone. You wanna keep the skin on. That's the reason why you're doing it this way. Never cut the skin off, because that's how you're gonna get your duck fat, and that's like the tastiest part. But once you find your breastbone, which is running right down the middle right here, what I do is I cut, pretty much make an incision right down one side of that bone. Up here there's another bone, and you want to run it all the way to the top of that. So don't go any further than that, because then that's when you get into its crawl and it smells, and that's pretty much how they digest their food. So you pretty much want to work the knife in here almost like you're filleting a fish. And there's a small piece of meat that typically likes to come off the breast, so you don't want to discard that bad boy. You want to keep as much meat as possible. What I do is I keep just filleting it down until pretty much you get back to the skin. And that right there is his leg. So we're good on that part. Keep running this down till you get to where his wing is. So that way we maximize the amount of skin that we got. And that's about it. It's super simple. Now let's say that you didn't get all the feathers off like this one. That's fine. We can go ahead and pluck that bad boy off, and then you'll be able to clean it up once you're washing it. So you can go ahead and pluck the rest of those off. But that's one side of it. And then you can move that skin a little bit off there to the left and do the same exact thing. So cut on the opposite side of that breastbone. Run this side down. You can see where there's almost like a bone right there too. So you pretty much just go bone to bone. All right. I found my bone here, and I like to twist my bird around because I'm left-handed, so it makes it a little bit tough. All right. And you do the same exact thing. Let's keep as much meat and as much skin as possible. I could do a little bit better job than this, but I'm trying to hurry up and get back inside so I can take care of the kids. Give my wife a break today. I like to throw down a piece of cardboard too, especially if you're working inside the garage. That way you're not getting blood and stuff all over the concrete and having to wash it. And there we go. That's both breast. So I'll go ahead and breast out this other one, and I'll show you my burning technique. For the burning technique, I use this propane torch. So all you do is just cut it on a little, light that flame. And what you want to do is be very careful not to, you don't want to like burn it, right? So you just want to sear it to burn all these little pin feathers and hair and stuff off of it, because it's not so appetizing to eat like that. So all you do is just touch it, and you'll see them where that flame hits it and moves that hair back. And that's it for that one. It's good to go. And you just do it to all of them. And you'll see the skin crunch back a little bit, but you don't want to do it too much because then you're cooking it. So you pretty much, all you want to do is just sear that hair off of it. So while you're washing it, you just want to make sure you're using cold water. So rub that place, the hair that you burned, and try to get most of it off, because now it's crispy. Hit both sides of it to get that blood off of it too. So you just want to do that for all your breast meat. And then once you're done with that, you want to go ahead and soak it in some salt water. I would do that salt water trick probably for a few hours. So at the least a few hours, and then cook them up for dinner. So that's what I plan on doing. So once I'm done washing these, I'll let them soak in some salt water, and I'll show y'all the best way to cook up this breast. So now that it was already soaked in salt water, the next thing that you want to do is make sure you dry it off, kind of like you're cooking fried chicken. So with the skin getting it crispy, you want to dry out the skin as much as possible. So if you take anything from this, let that be your biggest tip, is drying out the skin. So it's going to help you get that crisp. All right, so you pretty much want to do all these parts all at the same time. I like to cook mine in a cast iron skillet, but while the oil is heating up, I use olive oil. You put the oil in the pan, start getting that to the point where it's kind of like piping hot. And what I like to season it with is salt, pepper, and then some allspice, or season all, if you can find it. My wife makes her own allspice, so I just put not a lot on there, just enough. Almost like you're putting salt and pepper on, like let's say a steak or something like that before you eat it. So let's go ahead and season this bad boy up. So do some pepper, do some salt, and then the seasonal, you don't want to do a lot, a little, just a little. So that way it just brings out a little bit more taste on you. And then I do the same thing on the other side. My pan's getting hot now already. I see the smoke coming off of it. And what we're just gonna do is just salt on this side. So this should help it fry up a little bit more. I lied. Let's put some pepper on there too, why not? And since my skillet's smoking now, I can smell the oil burning. What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw these skin side down, all right? To the point where it's frying. And we'll see it fry up there. Turn the heat down a little bit. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave it on this oil until that skin is nice and crispy. Once it's crispy, then we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna count to 60 in our head, and then we're gonna pull it, and it's ready to eat. All right, so here, let me grab a plate. Sorry for the mess, everyone. Let me grab a plastic over here. Get me a spatula. All right, make sure we don't burn it. Oh yeah, it's frying it nice. Let's see if I can cut on the light and get some better light for y'all. Starting to crisp up. You can see that coloration where it's already cooking the breast. Make sure you keep that pan hot. Without a hot pan, that skin is not going to crisp up on you. And she's getting there. She's getting there. I keep lifting these up because I'm letting that oil get back underneath it. All right, so now that we're all cooked up here, so you can see it's all brown on one side, fried on the other. What you want to do is go ahead and pull them and put them on a plate. And while they're skin side up, if you want to put more seasoning on them, you can. Or cut one open to see, make sure it's cooked all the way. Or cooked to your liking. I like a medium rare, like I said. You can flip them over, depending on how hot the pan is, and wait 60 seconds. But some breasts, decide to cook a little bit longer than others. Go ahead and slice into this one. Get down here, smack dab in the middle, and there you go. Right there. That's a medium rare. So I wasn't sure if you were able to see that with the GoPro. We'll do this again. That right there is a perfect cook for duck breast. Medium rare. So we'll go ahead and for a taste test here. We'll go ahead and see what this bad boy tastes like. Make sure I get some of that crispy skin. There we go. Now you normally hear people on YouTube, when they do a taste test, they'll automatically say, man, that's good. Thing that this could use, a little bit more seasoning. But I can always add more salt and pepper to it, just to make it pop a little bit more. But that's the only thing I would change up with what I just did. But to go out in the field, kill your own meat, come home and cook it, Can't be any better than that. Well, we'll go ahead and end you with this. Managed to get a few. So I'm packed up now. Still got mud on my face. I appreciate y'all watching, and hopefully next time we'll be on them again. Still got ducks flying, but I gotta get back to the house. So as always, I've been Chris. It's been Duckalope Outdoors.